Hi, good morning. This is a reflection on Lesson 207 in A Course in Miracles. It is a review of Lesson 187. Lesson 187 says, I bless the world because I bless myself. And again, because this is a review period, there's like an umbrella kind of phrase that gets repeated for all 20 of these lessons. It says, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And so it says, 187 says, I bless the world because I bless myself. And to me, what that means, like the way I reflected on it, is how, what is blessing, because I bless myself, is acceptance. Like, can I accept all parts of myself? Can I bless every part of myself, like as part of the whole? Like, not exclude any part of myself, not judge any part of myself. That's hard. I'm not there yet. So I think about the way, if I can accept myself, bless, then I can accept other things more easily, more readily. I can bless everything else. What I find that if I'm judging or comparing or having some should, like quote unquote should, I love air quotes, should feeling, like I look out or at a situation, person, circumstance, whatever, and say, well, even if I can't, it's not cognitive, but there's this dissonance of like, something's not right here. Something feels like it should be different. And if I look at that honestly, usually that points back inward. Like there's something I'm not happy with, I'm not accepting of myself. Like there's something about myself I'm not accepting. And so again, it's that whole like, well, how I feel on the inside is what I project to the outside. So if I can also turn that around and say, well, I accept everything on the inside, bless it, accept it, it's perfect just as it is, then that's what I see on the outside. That's what I project into the outside world. So to me, that's what this lesson was really about. I bless myself to bless the world, something like that. Or I bless the world by blessing myself. And it's kind of related to yesterday's lesson. Even though I forgot what it was. Not yesterday, I'm a day behind, so 2 days ago. Where this whole, like, the inner is the outer. And the more, excuse me, I'm having a hot flash. The more I can accept myself, all parts, then the more I have no judgment for what's going on out there. Just nothing, no comparison, no judgment, no shoulds, like it should be a different way. And I've found that in my own experience over the last however long, where every time I do feel, oh, that's what I was talking about, this ick feeling, like it's a clue that there's still something about myself I'm not accepting, that I'm not really happy with. And then I dig into why. And sometimes it's hard to look at, honestly. Like, why am I still having these feelings or these judgments against myself? Like, why am I, and it might be because I'm repeating patterns and I get judgy on myself about, why are you still repeating this pattern? Why are you still self-sabotaging? And then if I can pause that long enough and look honestly at that, and that's hard because sometimes I'm like, nope, don't want to look, time to distract, don't have time. But if I do have the time and I look at that honestly, it's usually some form of shadow work, some form of like tenderness I need to bring to myself. Like, stop shaming myself, because the shame is the spiral. It's a cycle. It's like repeats patterns to keep shaming, to keep not accepting, to keep saying like, no, you should be different. And then that's the end of the conversation with myself, is you should be different. And then that wounded part of myself is probably left there going, but well, help me be different. You're just running away. You're shaming me and running away. And so sometimes I like that even makes me emotional to to talk about those parts of myself in a very human and tender way, that part of me still needs something that it never got. And then the part of me that's the ego part that's shaming that part is like turning away before it provides the tenderness. It's just there to shame and distract, shame and distract. And then that wounded part of me is like, but help. And that makes me feel like this. The word tender just fits so perfectly for me, because a lot of my life I've been like harsh to myself. The opposite of tender is like harsh, maybe. I don't know. But it's like grace. But the word grace is kind of loaded and has a lot of religious connotations or baggage. So I just think of tenderness. It feels more human, less baggagey, more raw. Like I can tap into tenderness. It's like the way you treat a baby. There's no judgment there. They're just a baby. And we have all these baby parts in ourselves that are wounded still, and they just need some tenderness. And some people call it reparenting. Some people call it parts work, internal family systems. There's all these, like, it's this whole, like, world of, treating ourselves with tenderness in order to heal the wounded parts, to bring them back into the fold, to become whole, to accept, and then therefore be able to accept beyond ourself, to reach out beyond the self, and to have interactions that aren't based in woundedness and expectation. So that's what it made me think of. Bye.